Where'd you go, you bush-faced moron?
Lower your gun, Bushman. It's me.
What are you doing here, mate?
I heard a commotion up here and wanted to check if the red briefcase is still safe. What's the situation?
I'm dealing with a new marksman Blue must have hired. Never seen or heard of this bloke in my life. Yet from our first bout, I can tell you he's a bloody professional. His weapon seems only to be some kind of revolver with magnum rounds. He's fired 4 shots at me so far.
I see.
Anyways, this matter ain't something you should worry about. He may be good, but I'm the best.
Complete. Thank you for being such a dear friend.
I'm gonna shoot that long nose off your face, wanker!
Ain't that rich, coming from one long-faced bastard. That's all you got, Aussie? I've had harder times with toothaches. Huh? Oh.
That's 6 shots, you bloody bogan!
You want to see a magic trick, pal?
Fire! Fire! Fire!
No, peace.
Ouch! You threw a damn rock at me?
That's how we do it in the bush.
The Sniper vs. Daisuke Jigen needs to be a death battle, in my humble opinion.
I want the truth and nothing but the truth!
What's up everyone, it's your lawyer, Jobber Godot. I'm here today to gush about a matchup I love to death and hopefully sell you on SniperJigen if the trailer/sneak peek in Storyboard haven't so far. A short summary of the connective tissue behind this matchup and why it's a thing comparing Team Fortress 2 and Lupin III is that from Wacky Worlds, Sniper and Jigen are tall, lanky, assassin gunmen with professional standards and legendary reputations who wear pointed shoes and headwear that obscure their eyes. They are efficient, snarky, and sassy marksmen in a ragtag team of killers that globetrot on various different missions with a variety of objectives, primarily on stealing important objects. Finally, both Sniper and Jigen are heavily influenced by and connected to Clint Eastwood. More elaboration given by a really cool person, Nitrox. Sniper's theme is named or at least heavily inspired by Magnum Force, and the Magnum is the same gun that Jigen uses. Magnum Force is a track featured in the movie of the same name which stars Clint Eastwood, who was dubbed in Japanese by Kiyoshi Kobayashi, the same voice actor as Jigen. And Jigen's theme, get this, is also called Magnum Dance. Pretty cool, huh? And for a small little bonus I'd like to add, Sniper is iconically dressed in a red outfit, while Jigen is iconically dressed in a blue to like dark blue outfit. Red versus blue. Now for viewers that want to hear the full list of connections between Sniper and Jigen, I'll read them out to you real quick, but for the viewers that don't want to hear me yap that long, skip to this timestamp. List of connections by Nitrox. Efficient marksmen known for their deadly, precise aim in a ragtag team of killers who rely on them for their sharpshooting skills for supporting fire. Both are close associates of mysterious men in a red or blue suit that are known for their disguises and trickery. Both are tall, lanky assassins that wear headgear that obscure their eyes, and their pointed shoes and hats being very defining characteristics of their appearance. Credits to Fiction72 for specifically pointing this out. Both Sniper and Jigen's backstory is a lie. Sniper's origin is all about him being born in Australia and being an Australian, but in the comics it's dramatically revealed that he wasn't born in Australia, nor were his parents that he had all of his life were his biological parents. As it turns out, Sniper came from New Zealand that was deep in the ocean with a dome over it, and his biological parents are New Zealanders, meaning that Sniper isn't actually Jigen. On the other hand, due to the Lupin III series having many continuities with different backstories, this interpretation specifically comes from the movie Lupin III Episode 0 The First Contact. where Lupin disguised as Jigen tells a lady the backstories of and how Jigen and the rest of the Lupin gang met each other, with Jigen and the rest of the gang at the end calling the story Lupin told a lie, but also showing that the story had some truth to it that is left open to interpretation for the viewer to decide what was true and what wasn't. Both Sniper and Jigen travel around the world to go on various different missions with a variety of objectives. Both come back to life at least once by their comrades on their team. Both are known for their cool and calm demeanor in every situation, and often seen as more level-headed among their respective groups. But under the facade of a more focused and reserved killer, they often display a snarky and sassy attitude and a fair bit of mental instability. Both are known to wear a variety of outfits, hats, and costumes. Both assassins had uncaring asshole parents. Just to clarify, I am talking about Sniper's biological parents, Bill Bell and Lar Na, not his adoptive ones. As for Jigen, once again with the Lupin III series having many continuities and different backstories, this interpretation of Jigen being neglected as a child comes from Lupin Zero, as he engaged in delinquency without any real repercussions and went on dangerous adventures with Lupin. During Sniper and Jigen's formative years, they would find their calling for their profession during their childhood. Both would have robotic counterparts made in their likeness that come into conflict against themselves and their teammates. And they're seemingly grounded in mundane world. Both encounter supernatural elements that are commonplace in the world, like ghosts, sorcerers, cryptids, voodoo magic and mysticism, aliens, zombies, and have both had encounters with religious undertones including biblical figures. Aesthetic-wise, Team Fortress 2 and Lupin III draw heavy inspiration from Western comic art in their art style, as well as a pseudo sci-fi modernism and futurism flavor used that help bring out their unique style and finesse to their scenes and molding their worlds. Alright, with the connections out of the way, let's talk about the atmosphere, fight, and banter potential. And I don't even know where to start with you. Building upon the connections I've already thoroughly laid out between Sniper and Jigen, atmosphere-wise, the worlds of TF2 and Lupin III mash very nicely with each other for a fun, believable crossover. Especially timeline-wise, with TF2 taking place in the late 1960s and Lupin III also having continuities taking place in the late 1960s as well. And since Sniper and Jigen are both globetrotters, the fight can take place in any vibrant part of the world: Florida, Egypt, Italy, Japan, China, etc. Except for 2-4, because a fight between Sniper and Jigen there would never end, obviously. But regardless, Sniper and Jigen have an extensive and vibrant sandbox to fight in that covers all ranges of urban combat, long, mid, and close range, which leads into the fight potential. Once again, both Sniper and Jigen are skilled professional gunmen. Sniper primarily with his sniper rifle, and Jigen mainly with his Smith & Wesson Model 19 revolver, though he has damn near the same efficiency with any other weapon he can get his hands on. Sniper has an absurd arsenal of weapons and abilities to throw at Jigen, ranging from normal sniper rifles, bows and arrows, SMGs, a grappling hook, and huge knives, to a sniper rifle that'll drench the victim in piss if they're shot by it, a backpack that passively regenerates Sniper's health, a sniper rifle that shoots lasers that can disintegrate people, a golden frying pan that can turn people into solid gold if killed by the melee weapon, an ubercharged canteen that'll make Sniper invincible for 5 seconds, and a jar of piss called Jarati that if the thrown jar of piss lands on the victim, it will literally lower their will to live, making the victim take more damage, aka mini crits. What are mini crits? Well, generally they come from a canon in-universe TF2 statistics amplification called Critical Hit, that allows any attack from a TF2 merc to do double the damage they normally would have. And mini crits sit between the damage a normal crit would do and what the regular damage an attack would do without a crit. Generally, these devastating crits happen at random to the frustration of many TF2 players, but other times they're capable of being more likely to happen or certain to happen if a merc wields specific weaponry or is wearing a specific accessory, bars, all of which Sniper has in spades. And all of that is not even bringing in all the other crazy stuff Sniper could potentially be granted in this fight, like Halloween magic spells, potions, man vs machine upgrades, etc. In the other corner, despite Jigen's arsenal and equipment being far more grounded and smaller than Sniper's, with Jigen having pistols, SMGs, shotguns, sniper rifles, they're equally, if not more, powerful than what Sniper's got packing. Jigen's Smith & Wesson Model 19 revolver is out here shooting through stone pillars and even has explosive rounds that can destroy larger stone structures. He's got a grenade launcher, rocket launcher, etc. Jigen also makes up for his smaller arsenal and his sheer skill as a gunman. He's basically the DC's Deadshot of anime, being able to perform insane trick shots and ricochets with ease, and pristine accuracy without even having the need to look sometimes. This dude is out here curbing his motherfucking bullets by just the way he shoots his gun, with Jigen even stating that he could shoot around corners and in the dark, as if his level of skill is so high that if you get shot at by Jigen, these bullets basically just home in on you. Ridiculous. Hitting Jigen with bullets is a whole other issue entirely, as this man is so skilled that without a gun, he killed a group of armed thugs that surrounded him by just standing in place and letting them shoot at him, only for Jigen to slightly maneuver his body around while standing in place so that all the bullets miss him and kill everyone around him that shot at him. What the fuck? And that's not even scratching the surface of his skill as the greatest marksman in the Lupin III world, with a 0.3 second quick draw speed. Finally, Jigen, by virtue of being Lupin's right-hand man, travels with the thief throughout most of his adventures. Jigen has equipment and tactics that he picked up from Lupin, like fake magic, disguises, thievery, trickery, etc. So generally, the fight between Sniper and Jigen boils down to Sniper's absurd and quantitative arsenal and abilities up against Jigen's more qualitative arsenal of firepower and his insane skill as a gunman, along with his small bag of tricks to trip up Sniper. With all that established, the interaction between the two's arsenal and the banter that would ensue is gold, especially the banter part, since again, Sniper and Jigen are both very snarky, vulgar, and a bit sassy individuals. Moments that can happen in a fight to showcase all of this. For example, like Sniper throwing a jar of Jarate at Jigen only for Jigen to shoot it out of the sky, and the piss just lands on him anyway, with Jigen being totally disgusted as he and Sniper just curse each other out. Then later, when Sniper attempts to throw Jarate at Jigen again, Jigen simply shoots the jar before it could leave Sniper's hand, covering Sniper in piss instead, while Jigen simply just gives a sassy remark. There's also Sniper and Jigen having a knife fight on top of a moving train, and Sniper and Jigen having one final duel. A quick draw with their sniper rifles while a constellation of the Spirit of the West, Clint Eastwood himself, looking down at the final draw in anticipation is just badass. With the winner of the duel paying respects to the loser by just having a very down-to-earth conversation while they both smoke cigarettes. With the victor, after the loser passes away, simply standing tall and removing their hat, placing it on their chest to pay respects in silence. Oh, and just to clarify, the storyboard y'all saw at the beginning of this video is also what can legitimately happen during the fight, with many ways to go about it. For example, the ways the fight can start is incredibly simple, with Lupin or Jigen sealing red team's intelligence and Sniper ends up facing off against Jigen, even confusing him with a new blue merc, or Sniper is simply tasked to kill Lupin or Jigen as there's a hit out on them, and so he gets to work and ends up fighting Jigen as a result. If you want something more in-depth to get a better grasp of how the fight, banter, and crossover would go, me and PRSUIT made a whole ass fight script on it you may like. That'll be linked in the description. It's so good, this fella named TakerBoy365 made a whole YouTube playlist of the music in the fight script, like in order. Major shoutouts to that individual. I was like very shocked when I like stumbled upon it and was just looking up like Sniper Jigen trailers. It was crazy. Alright. Now on to the debate of Sniper Jigen. The victor of this matchup is clear cut, but the way we get to that conclusion is not. It's a lot more of an intricate explanation that respects both combatants as characters and the way they fight as gunmen, playing into their certain strengths they may tie or have over the other. Soldier Delta helped me sculpt this Deathbound conclusion template on the idea of what I think should be discussed that makes this matchup so interesting to talk about. Just a preface, there's no strength category because I think it'd be a lot more simpler and believable to say that a well-placed gunshot is going to take either of them down, and the fight is more likely to end with one of them just shooting the other. Anyways, there's 6 initial categories that'll be talked about, 2 at a time. So really there'll be 3 talking points, all of which end up in a tie with the most important 7th category being the ultimate deciding factor on who ultimately wins. So, 4 talking points in total. Having Sniper and Jigen tie in arsenal and experience, Sniper takes abilities, but the most peculiar thing is that there isn't a skill category, but 3 categories of range, combat, skill with their guns. Now I know I was deservedly glazing Jigen's gun skill earlier, and that he's basically a fusion between John Wick and Deadshot, which is why Jigen easily takes close to mid-range combat gun skill easily, but surprisingly, Sniper solidly bars takes long-range combat gun skill over Jigen. Let me explain how skilled of a gunman Sniper really is despite TF2's goofy nature. Sniper is shown and officially stated to be a crack shot merc, as he honed his craft since he was a child sitting atop trees throwing rocks at Aussies, and growing up into becoming a tracker in the unforgiving Australian outback as an assassin sniping people by himself because he never misses. This ultimately culminates into Sniper's greatest feat of skill, with him being able to shoot and hit a target from 5 miles away. To put into perspective how mind-boggling that feat is, in real life the longest ever recorded sniper rifle kill is 2.56 miles, 2.11 times less impressive than Sniper's absurd 5-mile feat. What Sniper can do is practically impossible to achieve by IRL standards. He's just that good. So while Jigen is a more skilled, close to mid-range marksman, no doubt, he just doesn't have a long-range gun skill feat that comes even remotely close to Sniper's. At least none that I could find. I really tried to find something. Meaning that if Sniper and Jigen fight at long range, Sniper is smoking him, which is sort of fitting in an oddly funny way. A bloke called the Sniper taking the long range combat gun skill advantage. Go figure. So then it all comes down to the final category, the quick draw, which is basically just speed, but bear with me here. This category is perfect for their heavy ties to Clint Eastwood and Jigen's most famously known skill. The quick draw decides which combatant would not only be able to avoid getting shot more than the other, but also who'd be able to land the killing blow first. And Jigen takes this category without me even needing to really explain why. But if bot Sniper is used in this fight instead of regular Sniper, Jigen is getting obliterated here without much difficulty. On a more serious note, one final thing I will say about the conclusion of Jigen winning this debate is how he'll do it. Lupin characters in fights are basically JoJo characters. Sure, they're incredibly skilled, but they usually combine that skill with big brain intelligence and tricks to win a fight. With Jigen winning against Sniper, not just because he's so skilled, but because he also outsmarted Sniper. And I like that aspect a lot. A small little bit I want to talk about with this matchup is the sheer love the Team Fortress 2 community has for Lupin III as a franchise, paying homage to the entire Lupin III series via cosmetics, SFMs, sound packs, memes, etc. It's neat that the TF2 community is generally aware of Lupin III and love the series. Also, just look at these fight art pieces by Nitrox. They're so good, they really capture the vibe and energy between Sniper and Jigen's like worlds playing together for this fight to happen, you know. Also, just look at Sniper and Jigen vibing with each other. Art by Carbonated Gem and subtitles, it's so good. Anyways, this is the end of the video. It's time for me to give a ton of credits to a ton of awesome people, including myself. Credits to Cocoa Creates, who made the storyboard animation. I wrote the storyboard fight script and with small tweaks to it being given by PRSUIT and Morquez. I also did the editing in SFX for the storyboard animation as well. Frame1 quit for editing this video for me.
Oh, me?
Creator of Fan Battle, Noah Green, for being a super awesome person and getting in contact with the Spy, voice actor Zarael, who also starred in the Fan Battle Spy vs. Agent 47, so definitely go check that out as well. Morquez, prominent Lupin III voice actor and content creator, for being a superhero, getting me in contact with Daisuke Jigen voice actor Patrick Vierzba. PRSUIT for being the Aussie voice actor for the Sniper. Werewolf Media for creating a reputational standard fight track between Sniper and Jigen that was used in the storyboard and in this video, combining both TF2 and Lupin III's music and style together wonderfully. In addition, that track was commissioned from PRSUIT, and the track art was made by Seb. Don WORI, Ashuto, Carbonated Gem, Sun Mellows, and Seb for the art I commissioned from them for this video. Blackpen and PRSUIT for the SniperJigen Death Battle thumbnail. Nitrox for being the GOAT, introducing me to this matchup that became one of my most wanted. Nitrox and PRSUIT for getting me into Lupin III. Fiction72 for giving me some advice on certain things to talk about and bring up in this video. Lord or Detective Blizzard for being a cool dude with his incredible knowledge and dedication to Lupin III Powerscaling. And that's pretty much it for the credits. Everyone mentioned and everything used will be linked in the description of this video. With that out of the way, please go play Team Fortress 2 and watch Lupin III. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
A smoky room, a jazzy tune.